In recent days, AIB has sold quite, or should I say, repurchased quite a lot of its shares from the government. And I suppose on one hand we should be happy. On the other hand, it brings back the misery that the financial crisis brought to this country. And there are still tens of thousands of people who are severely in debt, who have distressed mortgages. And these distressed mortgages have been passed from banks to shark funds, from shark fund to shark fund, vulture fund, whatever you want to call it. And I'm familiar with some people who are still in that situation, many of them of my own vintage. And they're getting letters from these vulture funds demanding payment, threatening to take properties, etc., etc. No signature on the bottom of the page, no idea who runs the organisation, no names, no nothing. Now, I'm glad that AIB has found itself liquid again and has found itself in a position that it can buy back its shareholding from the government. But I wonder about the people that are suffering today. How do they feel, knowing that this bank was bailed out on the backs of workers in this country, on the taxpayers of this country, and they managed to offload the problem to somebody who's still crucifying the individuals who owe a few bob? I cannot begin to imagine what it must be like to be in your late 60s and to find yourself in a situation where you have a vulture fund chasing you. I really think we need to go back and look and see how we might assist those people to get out of trouble financially. And to a certain degree, the AIBs, the Bank of Ireland's, the permanent TSBs of this world have an obligation to the customers that they misled. I remember my young brother, God be good to him, he's long since gone. I remember him borrowing money at one stage and two banks competing. And one of the banks brought him to St. Petersburg with 5 of his friends for the weekend in order to get him to sign on the bottom line. Now, individuals borrowing for their properties or whatever, that's a different story. But to have elderly people facing threats from these faceless people, at the very least, you should know who the directors of the organisation that currently holds your mortgage. You should have a contact person. And I'm not talking about a 21 or 22-year-old who has no authority. You should have the name of a contact person that you can sit down, meet, and discuss the situation. So I think we should have a debate with the Minister for Finance on this. And I think we should specifically look at distressed mortgages, the fallover or the fallback to what the banks did to this country, not the individuals, the banks. Think of Iceland and what they did. They walked away. Thanks, Cathaoirleach.